We're going over 3 ways to defend a single leg takedown, and I'm going to be teaching you alongside Maddie here, who's going to be my drill partner here today. I'm actually going to be walking her through doing the steps, and if she could do it, she has no wrestling experience. If she could do it, you can do it at home. So let's get started with our first one. By the way, what do we think of the side pony, huh? I'm switching it up a little bit. I think it's here to stay. All right, so the first one, line of defense here, is I'm going to get in on my single leg takedown right here. First thing that Maddie's going to want to do is stuff my head. So Maddie, take your hands and push my head down. Push it down to the ground. There you go. Basic line of defense, get my head down. My body is going to follow where my head is looking. So if I'm looking up at Maddie and I have this leg, and my head is up nice and high, I'm going to be able to follow with my body and bring this leg up to my feet, and it's going to be easier for me to take her down. So what she wants to do, she wants to stuff my head down, push it down to the ground. Now my body's going to be going into the ground, and I won't be able to score this way. So she stuffed my head down. That's step number 1. Now, step number 2, we're going to get our sprawl. So Maddie, you're going to put your weight on my shoulders and kick your legs back. There you go. A nice hard sprawl for someone who's never wrestled before. All right. Once you have your weight in your sprawl back, your legs back, you're going to want to square up with your opponent. So if I have both my legs up here, Maddie, you're going to want both your hips aligned with my hips, nice and low. And what you're seeing Maddie doing right here is she has her hips all the way down to the ground. If she lifts up her hips, Maddie, lift up your hips a little bit. That gives me a window. All right, it gives me a window. I can do a lot of things. I can come out the back door. All right, I have opportunity to take advantage of that. So I'm in on the shot. She's sprawled outwards. Square your hips now nice and low. Now, I'm still locked around her leg here. As long as I have both my hands locked around her leg, I'm still dangerous. I could turn the corner. I could pull that leg in close. So, Maddie, take both of your hands and push on my knees, creating further separation, and slide yourself backwards until that lock breaks. See how she did that? That's very simple maneuver. Push your hands on my knees. Once again here, I'm in on this shot. I have the lock. Push, 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 push until they're broken. And it's defended. So we'll do this all the way through one time just to see what it looks like. So I get in on the single leg shot. First step. Stuff the head. Second step, kick your legs back and put your weight on me, nice and low. Hips down to the ground. Final step, push on my knees and sink your legs back until that lock breaks. Easy peasy. Great job. All right, let's get on to defense number 2. We're going to start from our standing position. And that's my first line of defense, guys. I want to get my hips down nice and low, get him on the mat, get her on the mat, and separate myself. Situation number 2, I'm in on my single leg takedown, but this time I've driven up and I'm in my stance. I'm in the air here. And a lot of guys, they get a little bit nervous. They don't know what to do. They just want to give this takedown up. They say, oh, he has the leg up in the air. I'm going to either circle and crack it back, or I'm going to lift the leg up, or I'm going to switch double. No, get comfortable in this position, hopping on one leg. First step you want to do, Maddie, I'm sure you know what to do, stuff the head. All right, that's going to be the number 1 line of defense for most of these defenses, is you want to get the offensive guy out of position. In order to defend moves, you have to get the offensive guy out of position. The first way to do that is attack the head, because remember what I said, The body follows where the head is looking. So if I'm looking up, you got to push me down so that I'm in bad position. Position yourself accordingly. So I have the leg up in the air, push it down. Now, step number 2. Maddie, you're going to put your chest and all your weight on my back. So you're going to hop, leap up on top of me. There you go. So she's going to put all her weight on my back here. And if you look, if Maddie, step away for a second. If you look, is this a good stance to be in? No, I'm hunched over. My head is looking low. I'm a square stance. I'm not going to be able to finish in that position. So don't be nervous about thrusting yourself up on the offensive guy. Look at where I am. I'm in no position to score right here. Let's start again. Right here, this is my shot in my starting position. If Maddie steps away, look, I'm in my stance. This is a good solid foundation for me to I can circle, I can move. I'm in a good position right here. So as a defensive wrestler, she wants to get me out of that position. And the way to do that is throwing her weight on me. So stuff the head, weight on top. Boom! Now I'm carrying all of her weight. I'm still holding on to this leg though. So our final step, Maddie, you are going to reach underneath my arms, lock your hands together. Lock your hands together. You're going to squeeze and kick that leg backwards. Yeah! There you go, good. Let's bring it back up. Squeeze your hands together and kick that leg back down to the ground. Break my grip, just like we were doing on the mat again. So I have the single leg up in the air, stuff the head, step number 1, weight on top, squeeze the hands together, and kick the leg back. Good. What I like about this position right here is that it enables you to go right into your offense. I'll demonstrate gently. So she has the leg. All right, I stuff the head, I squeeze, and I kick the leg back. From this position, all right, look where I am. I can go and I can switch off to a front headlock and snap her down. I can go off to a side single. I have options to get into my offense from this position. What I need to do, though, is break her grip. Break the grip, then you can get to your offense. What do you think?
That was great.
All right, so that is 2 lines of defense for our single leg. We are going to our last line of defense, which is the Shin Wizard. This is the more last-ditch effort, in my opinion. I would prefer either to get my baseline defense hips squared up, or I kind of had a bad habit of letting the guy bring my leg up into the air, because I would bring my weight up, squeeze, and use that to get to my offense. Third line of defense for the single leg is the Shin Wizard. Maddie, she's in on a single leg on the ground right here. She has a lock around my leg. All right, and she's taught, she wants to get her hip down to the ground, elbow down, and circle behind me. Go ahead, circle behind me, Maddie, and drive that shoulder into my back of my leg to finish that takedown. Here's how I would defend that. All right, so I'm going to whizzer. I'm going to grab my own ankle with my hand. When I go for this whizzer, I almost want to put myself parallel to her body. Watch how I reposition myself to defend. So I'm in with the whizzer. Look how I'm switching all the way out to this side. We're facing the same direction now. Instead of squaring up like our first line of defense and kicking back and pushing on knees, all right, I want to go out to the side right here. Now that I'm on this side, all right, I got to deal with this lock. The way I can deal with this lock, lift my knee up and over. Lift my knee up and over. Now I can either kick away and kick free, or I can easily square my hips away once my knee is on the opposite side of this lock. So once I'm facing parallel with my opponent right here, I'm cranking on this whizzer, crank and lift it up and over the lock. And now it's a lot easier for me to extend it, break that lock. So you can either kick away or break free. Let's give a hand for our partner here, Maddie. This is her first wrestling drill ever. She did a great job. So just to recap, we have 3 lines of defense to defend the single leg takedown. Number 1, she stuffs my head, sprawls down with her legs, push down on my knees, separation until my lock breaks. Beautiful. Second line of defense, I do a single leg, but I'm in the air this time. No cause for concern. Stuff the head immediately. Get my weight on top of my opponent. Kick back. Squeeze. Now go into your re-attack from here. I'm in a terrible position. Last but not least, Maddie's going to take a single leg on me. So she grabs my leg. We are down on the ground. Go ahead, knees on the ground. She has her lock nice and tight. I want to get parallel with her. Parallel, facing the same way. Once we're facing the same way, knee up and over the lock. Now it's going to be a lot easier for me to kick away or kick away that way and face and reset. All right, guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe and tell all your friends, your teammates, your coaches, whatever it may be. And let me know which type of technique, wrestling technique, you want to see next. I would love to show it to you. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Jacko Taco. This is Maddie. We'll see you around.